Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and today is August the 27th. Today is August the 27th. I'm excited this morning to be with you. My name, again, is Mighty Stream. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. I'm going to be doing your Just for Today in a meditation for August 27th. So grab your meditation books if you have it. And for those of you who don't, I'm going to share the screen if you're new to this program. I will share the screen and you can read along with me if you want, okay? August 27th, choosing life. Change from self-destructive patterns of life became necessary. Basic text, page 15. Active addiction is a smoldering death wish. Each of us courted death every time we used our lifestyles to put us at risk. The life of an addict is sold cheaply with every day and every dose. In recovery, the first pattern we change is the pattern of using. Staying clean is the start of our journey into life. But our self-destructive behavior usually went far deeper than just our using. Even in recovery, we may still treat ourselves as if we are worthless. When we treat ourselves badly, we feel badly. And when we feel badly, we seek relief. Maybe even in our maybe even in our old solution, drugs. That's a sentence worth rereading. And when we feel badly, we seek relief, maybe in our old solution, drugs. Choosing recovery means choosing life. We decide each day that we want to live and be free. Each time we avoid self-destructive behavior, we choose recovery. Just for today, I will choose life by choosing recovery. I will take care of myself. Wow. Different choices. I like that. Choosing life. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Wow, what a powerful way to wake up this morning. You know, I have a friend of mine, she's in recovery, and she's one of the people I've added to my network in the last, I've been interacting with her for several months, probably since the beginning of 2022, but on this level, as far as calling each other and being committed to staying in touch just recently. And she has this saying, she said, "Oh, I guess I was on the wake up list this morning." And I thought that was kind of cute because the group that we attend every morning is called Wake Up Manhattan, right? And it's a 9 a.m. meeting that I try to make every day. And so when she says, "I guess I was on the wake up call or wake up list this morning," I think about how, like it relates to the meeting. And when she shares, she always opens up with that. I like that. Being on the wake up list for some of us, now stick with me, stick with me. You know, I'm headed somewhere with this. Being on the wake up list for some of us was not really our first choice. wasn't something we wanted to do. It's just something that happened. And we use using drugs as a way to check out. So if I'm going to have to live this life and it's so miserable, it's as miserable as it can get. If I'm going to have to live this life, let me not really be present because I don't want to be here. Right? There's a taping that I did the other day. If you look at the videos, it does not have the yellow butterfly, and it's within the last week, and it's talking about navigating depression. Okay, so a lot of the time, if you listen to that, listen to my story. A lot of the time, I was using because I didn't want to be alive. I really thought I had an awful life. And I was thinking, most of you are probably like that. You might have even started using because it was the thing to do and you were being challenged by some of your peers. But at some point in time, you chose. I don't know if that makes sense. At some point in time, you chose to take another hit. You chose to use again, right? So initially, it might have started out fun and games, but it became more than just fun and games. It became a coping mechanism. It became what we did in order to survive our day-to-day living. And then as we started to choose it more regularly, our bodies thought it was normal to have that substance. And so the moment we tried to not give it the substance, if we ever did, we understood now I'm dependent on this. Like I'm going to be sick all day if I don't use, right? I got to the point where being on the wake up list was not my choice. So as soon as I would wake up, I would start using. And some people say, well, when I would come to, I would use some more. Well, I probably didn't really sleep intentionally a lot of the times, but you know what I mean. I worked a job. And even though I was late most mornings, um, I worked a job. I had some place to be. I worked out. And so I woke up. I didn't come to all the time. I woke up and it was just part of my coffee routine. You know, and this was before flavored creamer actually came out. I was using something called Bailey's and cream, Kahlua, right? I was making myself a Java. What I call it is a Java, like a very strong licorice type licorice, not the candy, right? Licorice coffee. It was a long time before I could even go to a cafe and enjoy flavored coffees and specialty coffee like most people because it was how I started my day. And I'm sure that if you were on the wake up list, you probably still had to use to survive the day. Do you know we were choosing death on a daily basis? Our self-destructive behavior went way past our using. There were other things that we did, and a lot of those things we did in secret. But a lot of those things the world knew about because our ability to hide them became less and less. The longer we use, the more unlikely it was for us to be able to hide it from the world that we were at it. Our disease was on display. You remember that commercial, this is your brain, the egg, and a skillet, right? A frying pan. This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. Yeah, that was us. For you young people, you might not remember that commercial. But yes, we had issues way past the using of the drugs. The using of the drugs was just a symptom of our disease, just a symptom of our disease. So I got to tell you something. I choose to live every day. And not every day am I in the best of moods because I do sometimes get very short with the people around me. And it usually has something to do with cleaning the house, carrying your part of the responsibility, right? I can get short about feeling like I am the only one working. Okay, so but regardless to how I physically feel and how frustrated I might get, I'm frequently seen walking through the house, organizing, disorganizing, singing, dancing, smiling. I can be caught smiling most of the time. That sounds so crazy to me. I can be caught smiling most of the time. I was such a depressing personality. Honey, look, I'm trying to tell you, but today I choose life. I choose to bring the energy, like Brenner Bouchard says. I choose to live the charged life, right? I choose to do that today. I want you to choose life. I want you to choose to live. I want you today to look at your circumstances and what is it you're really stewing about? What is it that is really under your skin? What is it that you have already told yourself? You have a made up mind. If this come to my doorstep one more time, I am going to snap lickety split. They are going to release that other person. I guarantee you, if this happens again, I am going, what is that? What is it that is bugging you like that? And then I want you to apply the spiritual principle of surrender, acceptance, and optimism. We haven't heard that word in a long time. You ever heard someone say she's so optimistic? They mean that she is so positive. And optimism is the state of the condition of being optimistic, right? I want you to be optimistic. I want you to have that spiritual principle of optimism. I want for you to look at that situation differently today. I want you to really think about it. It might take you only 15 minutes to come up with it. It's one situation because you're a human being. I'm quite sure you have one situation that is really, and I do mean really, under your skin. It has potential to send you to prison. It has potential to take somebody's life if you don't manage it. If you don't take authority over it, it has the ability to land you in some places you do not want to go. Not clean. Right? What is that situation? And then I want you to practice those three things: surrender, acceptance, and optimism. And then I want you to write today's date, 8/27, choosing life. And then I want you to write choosing life over my children's daddy, my baby daddy, my baby mama. Choosing life over listed, whatever it is, even if you have to write their name or initial or give them a nickname. So nobody picking it up can read it, right? And understand it. Choosing life over And then I want you to, after that, say today and hereforth, I will not allow this situation to control me. I will not continue to hold a resentment. I will not continue to resend this situation back to my mind, my spirit, and heart. I will not continue to do that. Right? Because that's what a resentment is. If you look at it, resent and then mint. Mint stabilizes something. It makes it firm. It's solid. It's minted. Right? It's a state of being that is not really easily changeable. And the re part is a repeat, to do over. Right? And then the scent is, of course, to make something go from where you are now to another spot. So now you're rescinding the mentation, right? The stability of a condition. Excuse me. So you are rescinding a regret, an anger, a sadness. You are rescinding the circumstances that created that feeling back to your mind, body, and spirit. And it's kind of like you're going back into the past, grabbing that circumstance and bringing it forward into your spirit and saying, now, feel that again. You're rescinding that old situation back to you, to your mind, your body, and your heart, your spirit. And you're reliving that past thing, that past encounter. And that's what I need you not to do. I need for you to let that go. I need for you to say, okay, now this might be one of those white helium balloon type situations where I write the name in permanent marker and go to the park and release it and watch it float away forever. Yeah, this is one of those things that I want you to let go of and stop choosing death. Every time you pick that up, every time you go back and get it and bring it back into your spirit, you are causing yourself to die again. Today, I am the type of person, if I tell you something from the past, I'm trying to teach from it. I'm not trying to hold it in my energy. As a matter of fact, truth be told, when I talk about navigating depression, that is a story from, I can't even tell you how many years ago, in 1990 something. It's an old sadness, but it doesn't create sadness in me today. It creates wonder in how God was able to save my life, even though I was choosing death. That's what your old stuff needs to become. And the only way it becomes that is doing the work. It becomes that by making that decision to choose life in that situation and stop choosing death. Yeah, you have to do this. Truly, you do. You know, I've enjoyed talking to you. It seemed like there was something else I wanted to say about that. But, you know, I've spoken long enough on that topic. So we're going to release that. We're going to let that go. And we're going to move on in our lives and choose life. Choose life. Okay, so you have your marching papers. You have your assignment for the day per this topic. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I'm going to do the spiritual principle a day meditation right now. And then I will be talking to you tomorrow. 29 years clean come tomorrow. I am excited about it. I don't have any special plans, but I'm excited about, and come tomorrow, I'll start working on my 30 years one day at a time. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.